three-dimensional figures, we call them three-dimensional figures. You can call them a solid, or the real technical term is a polyhedron. So polyhedron is a three-dimensional solid that is bounded by polygons. So a polyhedron is made up of different polygons. So polygon is any shape with greater than or so 3 or more sides. So you can see on this polyhedron, each face is its own polygon. So like the top face is a rectangle, the two ones on the sides are rectangles, that's 2, the base is a rectangle, and the two ends of it are trapezoids. So the faces of polyhedrons all have to be polygons. Now, an edge of your polyhedron is just where two faces of your shape meet. So this is an edge, just like how you would describe like any three-dimensional figure. If you pointed to your table, you'd say, well, yes, this is the edge of the table. Two faces are meeting each other. Your trapezoid face, your rectangle face, they meet on the edge. A vertex is wherever 3 or more faces kind of converge. Or a vertex could be synonymous with the word corner. Your corners are your vertex. So I put some examples of what are polyhedras and what are not polyhedras. Polyhedra is the plural of polyhedron. Right? So in a polyhedron, you kind of have two classifications for them. It could either be a prism, which you can think of like a box, or a pyramid, which we all know what a pyramid is. So this could be, it doesn't have to be a rectangle or a square. You could have your bases, they could be like a hexagon, or you could have like a pentagon box. You could have a triangular box. Something that kind of breaks the rules and is not a polyhedron is anything that has any curve to it. Because this whole curve, we look at the curve of like a cylinder, we go all around, that's like all one face. Right? So it doesn't have, our faces have to be polygons. The face of a cylinder is not a polygon. Same thing with a cone. The face, there's no faces on a cone because everything it never ends, it goes around. Also, the bases for all of these are circles. Right? Circles are not a polygon, they're their own thing. Same thing for a sphere. A sphere doesn't have a face at all. So those are not polyhedrons. So whenever you're naming a polyhedron, you're first going to decide, all right, is it a prism or is it a pyramid? And depending on which one it is, then you give it a name based on whatever the base looks like. So if your base of your prism is 5 sides, you would say it's a pentagonal prism. If your base of your prism is 3 sides, you would say it's a triangular prism. All right. And then same thing for a pyramid. If your base this here would be a square pyramid, if our base was a rectangle, it would be a rectangular pyramid. If it was a pentagon, it would be a pentagonal pyramid. So to name these solids, we would say, all right, well, we know this is a prism, it's some type of box, and the base of it is a rectangle. So we would say it's a rectangular prism. That's how we would name it. Rectangular prism. How we know it is because you can check it as faces. It has faces, edges, and vertices. So it's a polyhedron. Example B, the base has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides to it. So 6 sides is a hexagon, and it's a pyramid shape. So we'd call this a hexagonal pyramid. And then your last example, it's a cone. A cone has a curved surface. So this is not a polyhedron. You could say it doesn't have a face. No face.